My name is Jillian Auld and I have been employed by Centennial for since 2011, early 2011. I started out as the mine geologist or in a training program for the mine geology for the mine sites. Since then I have worked at the local Springvale Colliery for about 4.5 years, and I'm currently working at Clarence Colliery. I've been here about 4 years now as well. I'm no longer the mine geologist, I'm now the geotechnical engineer as of this year, but my job scope, I suppose, is still extends in both realms, which we'll go into in a moment. I have lived in Lithgow most of my life. I wasn't born here, but I did all of my high schooling in Lithgow, left to go to university, and have come back to work. My role as a mine geologist included I would go underground maybe 2-3 days every week. It includes looking at the excavation that the guys have mined out and checking what geological features we have found in that area. So if you think of high school geology in science, looking for faults, looking for volcanic intrusions, looking for jointing in the rock, and different things like that. From a surface perspective, I assisted in exploration programs, which is getting a drill rig up in this area on the Nunes Plateau and drilling a vertical hole down to working out how much coal seam is available in our region for future mining potential. So it had a lot to do with that. Extending that into being a geotechnical engineer, it's more based in the underground environment, and it's a lot more to do with taking that information that I was collecting as a geologist, but using that information more towards how we're supporting the roof and how we're holding up the excavation underground. When I started university, I actually started doing an environmental science degree. But in my first year of that, they made us do a broad range of sciences, which included geology. I really enjoyed it, so I ended up doing a bit of both, and ended up doing a double major at Macquarie University. And I suppose at the end of the degree, I was looking for jobs in both industries, either environmental science or geology, and geology happened to hire me first, and I've enjoyed it and haven't looked back. Working in this industry, I really enjoy the variety I get in the job. I enjoy having a little bit of research and office time. I enjoy being on my feet all the time as well, most days of the week. I enjoy going underground. I enjoy working, I suppose, with a group of people with the common goal, and working out the best way we can get through difficult situations. Mining situations, I mean by that, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that would be the main things I enjoy about the role, the variety and how physical the job is. A challenge related to working as a mine geologist or geotech engineer would be some days how dynamic the underground environment can be. So an example being today we could be mining in really good conditions, which means we're cutting a good rate of coal out of the ground, and then overnight they could come across a geological feature which makes them pull up and makes it a really difficult, and it slows down production, and we have to go in and check out what's wrong with the area, how we're going to hold it all together nicely so we can continue mining the coal as quickly as possible. So it's very dynamic in that regard. I'd like to think that I'm just, one of the workers. I don't, well, I hope I am not kind of segregated out as being, too different for being a girl. There's obviously the odd job I can't do because I'm not strong enough, but they're more than happy to help me out when that's the case. But ultimately I try to do my job as they do their job, so I'm big on equality, I suppose, when it comes down to it, rather than trying to be segregated for being a girl in this environment. So from a personal perspective, being like a woman in the coal mining industry, I'm not sure in the 10-year duration that I've done it. I suppose I've seen an overall change in how, just the general approach to women in the mining industry. I think it's more so been a case of my personal growth, because I've come straight out of uni and I've had a long kind of learning curve to get to where I am now, which is a good thing to be able to say that, I think. Knowing that in an industry over the decades, I think I'm able to be a level of comfortable working in the mining industry because of the decades of other women going before me in this industry and kind of paving the way and making that start of having women in this environment. Well, I try not to be too unique. I just try to be part of one of the workers and just one of the workers and try and do my part within the company, which is a bit of a non-answer, but it's a bit more down like the equality line rather than trying to make myself stand out as being a pioneering woman in this industry, I suppose. As my dad would say, just get on with the job. I think it would be great if there were more women in the industry, and I honestly think that there's no reason to presume that it's a man's job or anything along those lines. They're definitely capable of going underground, they're definitely capable of driving machinery, of learning a whole new environment. Do it. I think that if you're interested in it, whether it's as just, I shouldn't say just an operator, but as an operator, like a multi-skilled mine worker, or one of the trades, electrician or fitter, or and work your way from any of those roles into more of a supervisor role, extending those into more of the staff or admin roles that we have, such as mine in the geology, mining, engineering, surveying. Do it. I think whatever avenue suits you the best, you're capable of doing it in this environment. And I think if I've done it, you can definitely do it. Yeah.